Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Camp Christo and this is the Once More with Feeling campaign. The German Reich has decided that we need... what? They're raiding me in the Baltic? That is not acceptable. The German Reich has decided that we need to secure oil interests in Iran. Iran has been claiming to be neutral while simultaneously allowing the British to hold the rights to the oil in the southern part of their country. This is absolutely unacceptable. And I am going to take it from them, essentially. The men are on the way. The mountaineers are ready for the charge through this region in the north. It'll be good practice for the attack on these mountains here. We do need to keep in mind, eventually the Soviets will declare on us, so we need to be ready for that. We also started losing some convoys in the Baltic, which I'm going to redeploy men to deal with. Good. We are losing... Aha! Ah, no, to their air over the channel. They're attacking us there. Okay. Well... just with fighters, though. No, those are support planes. Okay. So, yeah, let's activate 2 of these guys. Try and combat that. Antimicrobial sulfur drugs. Gives us a nice little temporary stability boost. And we can immediately get the next one, which will give us a higher division recovery rate, which will be excellent. Raiding continues apace in the Atlantic, despite the destruction of our surface raiding fleet. Highly historical, of course. We built a far too small fleet, sent it down, and it got crushed. Pretty much exactly what happened in the real war, unfortunately. But we will see what we can do to rally from this defeat. So, over here, yep, their subs should be dealt with swiftly. The Japanese coming in here. I think I'm going to cease Soviet oil imports because the capture of Iran should give us enough, and we also do already have 1 million stored, which is pretty good. There's the trade interdiction. Oh, why can't I do this? Requires U-boat pens. Excuse me? Oh, right, this one. Yes, that's not the one I wanted to do anyway. It does give 3 dockyards, so yeah, a bunch of submarine yards. It's going to make my subs way cheaper. Did it just do cheapness, or does it also add quality? Just cheapness, but that's pretty good. Cheapness, yes, that's a word. Hang on, how many men have you got? You got 10 divisions, okay. We can handle that with just the mountaineers then. The other guys are taking a little too long to arrive for my liking. Where are they? Where the heck are they? Oh, they're here, right, because they were coming from Norway, not coming from here. Understood. Begin justification then. Let's roll these guys over. I also never put any planes down here. We're not being bombed over Italy anymore. Or Greece. So I'm going to steal these men and these. You guys, for God's sake, stop flying unnecessary missions. We need men in this region anyway, naturally, for the attack on the Caucasus. So we might as well get them deployed here early. God, these are bad fighters. But... we just have to make do. Are you any better? Yeah, we got some good fighters in the north. Send one of the good fighters from the north down to the south. You two can just get ready of the Caucasus. Jolly good. For my next trick, we have more suppression problems. Sweden, always causing issues for me. Deploy some more. None ready to deploy? Really? Come now. You don't need to train them much. They're military police. Shoot all dissenters. That's all you need to know. Okay, what else? I suppose because I didn't do any of that aid Persian industry, that's why the British have all the rights to this stuff. They'll have been doing that, maybe, which is why they've secured the export rights. But I don't know. Justification underway. British, you should have captured the oil in the region while you had a chance. We can then, of course, have a border with the British Raj, which we could capture. Start. Getting some of the manpower over there. How many men have you got, British Raj? They do have a fair number of divisions, so I suspect we will just take up defensive positions in the mountains here. There's fuel refining. That's really nice. What's this? More synthetic rubber output. It's pretty good. Begin a weekly event that gives 12 fuel per day per steel refinery. I really don't want to have an event pop up every week. I really don't. So I'm tempted to just not research these. Even though it gives you 20% fuel production. That's such a... Why? Explain yourself, devs. Why would you do that? That seems so boring. More production efficiency base. That seems good. I would also like the weekly stability. We need that to try and fix our country. So, you guys just go on the coast. That's fine. Oh, an extra coastal defense guy. Where did you come from? You can go up here to Trondheim. Good. What else? Well, there's the justification. They don't have any men on my front, so I'm just going to go to war with them. Of course, they don't have any men on my front because the British justified on them a while ago, so they're expecting an attack from the British. Little did they know, the true threat was the German Reich. Yes, they didn't manage to predict that the German Reich was the expansionist threat they should have been worrying about. Which just proves they didn't read their history books. Right, come through here. Jolly good. Right, should be a walkover, obviously. They have now joined the Allies, which means that they will be getting reinforcements from India. But I'm hoping India is too busy with its small Japanese problem, shall we say, to worry about us much. I will activate the good planes. That should honestly be enough. Perhaps one... How good are my CAS? They're not very long-ranged, so they're not really ideal for fighting in that region. You come over here, because we're not really being bombed in the south anymore. Yeah, that seems fine. We are being bombed over here, though, so... Why don't you guys that are further east than really necessary come and fight off the enemy down here? On plane counts against the Allies, we're doing only okay, honestly. But I suspect mine are better. We've been at least fairly good on staying up to date on our naval, our air tech. We're currently just doing ground crews in the Shetlands, which I think is worth it. Well, except that we're not raiding up there anymore, are we? Never mind. So stop doing that. You guys, you're good fighters. Nice. You can come and help down here. We'll crush them out of this region. May have already crushed them out. Yep, they've already given up. Nice. Well, with the exception of one good fighter, the rest of you stand down and head to the eastern front. One here, one here. And we're more or less just filling all the frontline air bases now, rather than tactically choosing where the planes go. There's U-boat pens. That's excellent. More dockyards. Sure. Seems grand. Okay, you guys all just moving in. No problems were experienced so far. Tanks are crushing in. I would like the tanks to try and make their way to the British Raj front as soon as possible, because the easiest front to hold is 1, 2, 3, 4 here. That's usually the best place. Or no, sorry, it's here, isn't it? Yeah, these three. All mountains, only 3 tiles. None can be attacked from more than 2 directions. It's superb front line to hold. It's just mwah. It's great. All right, in we go. Fuel reserves obviously going to get a lot better once now we've got control of this state. Does have a obviously a huge hit to its oil production for now, but that's okay. We're working on it. It needs to be integrated into the supply lines before it can increase, before it can be fully used. All the way up to 30% here now, which is why we don't have to import anymore. We've got Lapland fully integrated into our supply lines, even after they tried to blow up the tungsten mines. What the heck? We lost... Oh, the Swedes have... Oh, okay, the Swedes have a proper navy active in this region. Okay. Well, in that case, you guys merge up. They sunk all my destroyers. Well, not all my destroyers, right? Yes, you guys help with the coastal defense now. Good. They should be able to crush anyone that comes out. Good. They will use some fuel, of course, to do that, but yeah, it's done. So the big ships can go and strike force in the region. Good. And then if the small ships run into trouble, they'll go and assist them. I know how man the guns works. You guys... Factory output's nice. Ahead of time dispersed seems like a smart move. 22% factory output is just so strong. Oh, hello. They actually have got some troops. I almost wasn't expecting that. I don't suppose it'll matter, because they're probably not mobilized. They are actually on general mobilization. Well done, Iran. I'm surprised. You're currently better than the Soviets. We're still on limited. Good. Has that purge run out yet? Not yet. I really want to get to war with them before the purge runs out. It's going to be very, very useful if we can pull that off. No, this one. There we go. And yes, you obviously should not be active. Good. And anyone on you should be down here. Good. Okay. Keep pushing in towards that that Indian border, please. And here we go. Lovely jubbly. Alrighty then. Elsewhere, still looking fine. Still raiding nicely. A little bit of problem from Allied air cover, but not a huge deal right now. Only 6 days till we're full on fuel. Our infrastructure along various parts of the front has been built up nicely. There's the Iranian capital. You get corruption decrease minus 10% from that. Okay, I don't know. We're just gonna live with the corruption, honestly. I mean, it hurts a lot to have that much production efficiency down, but I'm not pressing this button twice a month. I mean, once every 2 months. I mean, that's a level of pointless micro I'm not prepared to do. So do we want to get this? Encourage women. We get less production efficiency. We get 2% less consumer good factories, though. That's pretty good. Recovery rate does go down and stability goes down. How else can I help my stability right now? I mean, I think I need to go to an expanded draft now. The extra 1% recruitable pop is going to be invaluable. I have a lot more equipment I need in infantry divisions. I should perhaps be preferring maybe building more stuff that's not infantry equipment, I guess, since I'm getting a huge infantry equipment surplus. So yeah, let's... Well, first off, new fighters who can have canopies added. That one. Good. No. There we go. Yeah, so give me 20 more factories on planes, and I'll take it out of some of this stuff that we just have a stupidly huge amount excess of. And wait a day, because these numbers are clearly not correct. Yes. What else? Yeah, I need the correct numbers back, please. Thank you. You clearly don't need this many factories. We should put a bunch onto these, actually, because we're about to get a new version of those. We've got 1,000 of those in storage, because they take so long to produce, it's probably more than enough. Because they're so expensive, that represents a very large quantity. I do want lots of those. Okay, that'll do for now, I think. Oh, I can take it off the bottom. There we go. That's how we do it. Give me another bunch, then. Good. Now, are we short resources after doing that? No? Seems unlikely. That perfectly balances on rubber. Beautiful. Oh, that's right. It doesn't take rubber to build a lot of planes these days in Black Ice. I recall. Some new tanks. Well... The only place I really have the supply is going to be, like, down here. So how about we, I do want that one to have plenty of tanks supporting it. Now, where's the bad... Yeah, we've got one motorized in here. You're not bad, but you're just different. So come out here. Be a different army. And for now, you can fall back. I want this push to go really well. So perhaps I support it with a small tank offensive in the south as well. That seems good. Just to really encircle these guys here. Okay, Iran, you capitulated yet? No? Why not? Get on with it. Come up here. Good. Offensive all the way along the front. Good. Any new air bases captured? No, not yet, anyway. Perhaps some more air bases up here are called for. Isn't there a tech that gives you high-level air bases in one place? I think there is. We should also perhaps build supply depots where we know we're going to have tank offensives. How expensive are they? They're pretty expensive. I think that'll be okay for now. Iran, would you capitulate already? All the allies are doing it. It's all the craze these days, capitulating. They're very close now. Good. I may not garrison their coast and just see if the allies do anything about it. Because I feel like they might not. Alright, you guys. I need some of you up here, please. Just the one there. Up here. Don't actually need anyone. I'm going to send anyone anyway. Just to be safe. Here. Only needs 4 as it turns out. Rest of you. Well, most of you should go here. But I'm going to send some of you down here. For potential operations both in the south of the Soviet lands and in Iran. Good. Okay, Iran will capitulate very, very soon. Possibly on this tick. No. Probably tomorrow then. As we sweep through their provinces. Isfahan is a... Isfahan is a victory point, so that might do some good work there. Oh, they've actually shown up with a force. Oh my god, look at that. The power differential is just absurd. Okay, there's the surrender. Good. So, you now have 14 divisions. Some of you can go up here. And the reserve troops just line up on the whole front. And we'll see whether that hurts the supply too much. Because we've got quite a lot of extra supply now. We've got Iran, of course. They're not attacking my ports. They're just not. So I'm going to rush deploy the coastal artillery. And just get them sorted. So, one here. And there. Good. And one more here, of course. Good. Now, these ones are all sorted. Up here, we do have a few ports. Narvik, key port, of course, in the German invasion. Needs garrisoning, as does this one. And then I have some spares, so I guess we double up on the kind of out-of-the-way, hard to react to and defend ports. Like these ones up in Norway. And then, the most likely to receive an invasion, I suppose, down here. To be removed at my leisure. Now, some of you guys... 6. Come and line up down here. Make sure the Italians, the Indians, don't cause me any problems. Now, to military police this region. 1 into Briz. None here. None here. None here. Not many victory points in Iran. Is going to make this garrisoning much less painful than it has been in some previous areas. 1 here. 1 here. And there. Okay, and the rest of you just hang out in Tabriz. Now, we mustn't forget, we have another front with the Soviets now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boards, 5 whole tiles. So, we're going to want at least 10 of these guys over here. And because I don't want to worry about this front, and I don't want to advance on it, let's throw up a quick fort wall. Seems good. Did I build this fort wall? Maybe it was a Turkish focus. I'm not familiar with the Turkish focus tree in this mod, as you will no doubt be not particularly stunned to learn. So, we have some new traits to consider assigning. Don't really just want to get more defensive doctrine. Although, I mean, you know, these infantry are largely going to be employed in defense. So maybe I should, but it just doesn't, you know, it's not sexy enough. Okay, tanks got down here nice and quickly. Hopefully they can help us push to this nice front line. It's obviously mountainous, so it's not really their home turf, but still managed to push in there. Some of these guys are on their way now. Good. Only 35 days till we're full on fuel. Still not getting raided. which really seems like a major oversight. The Allies are just allowing me to bring glorious, precious black gold across the Atlantic. But we no longer need to, because I think with the capture of Iran, we now have sufficient local fuel stores. That combined with the complete annihilation of my navy. Both of those helped out fuel stores quite significantly. Let's bring the capital ships we sent down here home. Yeah, North Sea. These should be avoids, not bans. So you can take a more sensible route home. Okay. Right, nice. Finally getting some reserve subs. That's excellent. You guys still not reinforcing up, though. Are all these new subs coastal? Why am I still building coastal subs? Oh, but we only have one factory. No, we have two on factory coastal raiders. Okay, yeah. Stop that at once. We don't need that many more coastal subs. Give me a pivot to my normal submarines. We could also be building, like I should have invented better subs probably, but I don't know. It just seems like it's just not an important area to divert research to right now. You know, sub production. I don't know. Maybe, but there's the new anti-tank. Excellent. Keep pressing on to the next one. And give me a hard shift on that production. Good. We're not using, we're not currently using the new guns, new anti-tank guns. Sorry, the new anti-air guns. We're not using it, anti-air guns on anything. Although, actually, with the invention of those new anti-air guns, I'm pretty sure our, like, cruisers need an upgrade. Also, they probably could do with better radar. We've never invented better radar, good lord. But yeah, we can get, it's not a huge increase, honestly. But it's very cheap, so let's do that. We haven't got better fire control for you yet, I'm afraid. Save it up. Good. And all currently in service ones should be upgraded. Oh, we can make them hippers. You can actually go from light to heavy cruiser. That's cool. Costs a staggering quantity, but no, don't create a variant, just do that. Takes 6 days to complete. My goodness. Not a huge expense. Okay, but no, the huge expense is in micro. You have to do this for some baffling reason. I feel like if you assign something to be retrofitted, it's kind of implied that you want that first, right? Don't you think? Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh god, I'm going to change over all these production lines as well. Alright, I'm going to do that off camera. This is very boring. See you in the next one, everybody. Bye-bye.